Hello and welcome everyone, and hello to another absolutely stunning morning on the Isle of Skye. We are down in Glenbrittle today, and I'm pretty much parked at the very end of the road, right by the Glenbrittle Campsite, and we're going for a little walk today. But before I'm gonna set off, I've not had breakfast yet. It's just before 8 in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna eat my sandwich first. I was originally planning on just sitting down by the water and having breakfast, but the midges are out in force this morning. It will be fine once we get walking, but to just sit there and eat, it's not going to be very nice. So yeah, I'm gonna eat in a car, nice and comfortable, and then we'll get going pretty soon. Breakfast has been had, sunscreen is on, I'm ready, let's head off. Alright, we are on the trail. Now, to access this path, you do have to walk through the campsite, and then basically where the toilet and shower block is, the path starts off just to the left. What's quite handy, of course. Hikers are welcome to use the toilets, which is always nice having that facility at the start and end of a trail. Now, the Glenbrittle Campsite here, it's really nicely situated right on the beach. What's quite interesting though is you can't really book a spot. So the only spots that are bookable are the couple of hard-standing pitches with electrics, but everything else, tents are just their normal stands for caravans with no electric hookup and all of that. You just turn up, and they usually are always able to find a spot for everyone. It's going uphill straight away. I'm out of breath already, so let me put you away. My fleece had to come off already. It's 20 past 8 in the morning and it's already so warm. It's so the weather's been like this for about 3 weeks now, which is just absolutely amazing. But we do have, I think, some rain coming at the end of the week, so we'll make the best of it now, because once the weather turns, no idea if we'll get more extended sunshine like this for the summer. But yeah, continuing up there. This feels so nice being out here. The weather's been brilliant, but I've not really been on any proper hikes in a little while. Like, as you've seen, I've been on some smaller walks, some strolls, just exploring the area a bit, but not really much uphill and in the mountains. So yeah, this is brilliant today. I mean, I'm obviously quite out of breath. I'm definitely not super fit at the moment, but I'm gonna take my time. We'll get to where I want to get to, and we'll just enjoy the journey. So we've just got to our first junction. We are headed up to Coire Lagan today, which is kind of in there. So we are taking the left fork and continuing up this way. We're starting to get slightly higher up, which is great because there is a slight breeze up here now, and even with just that little breeze, the midges are virtually gone already. So yeah, that's why it can be really good on these warm sunny days to get up a little bit higher, because often you do have a bit more of a wind, which just keeps those little knitters at bay. And also it does already feel very hot today, so having a bit of a breeze feels absolutely lovely right now. Well, yeah, I've been going for just over half an hour, and there's a nice little rock here. So let's sit down for a minute and have a break. That was a nice break that was had. So let's keep going. We've got a good bit still to go. Oh yeah, it's quite a lovely path up here. This sun is absolutely beating down on me. It's, you know, I love it. I love the sun. Well, it does make hiking seem like a lot harder. Just, you know, all sweaty and feeling hot. Just, yeah. But once we get to the top and we get to sit in the sun, it will be all worth it. So we're, I think, just over halfway at the moment, a little bit more. We get views of our first loch. Looks pretty nice. Probably a really nice spot to just chill as well, if you don't want to go any further up. But we're gonna continue on up there somewhere. Alright, we've come to another fork in the path, nicely marked by a cairn. But yeah, we'll be looking out for this on our way down. So we've come up from here, but to return back down, I'm going to use this path here on the right. This is just going to take us above that loch that we saw earlier, and then kind of down further east. I have no idea. Further right, looking down, just to make it a little bit more of a circuitous route instead of just a straight out and back. But yeah, at this point we've got about a kilometre to go, but also about 180 meters in elevation to gain. So this last section is going to be fairly steep, but before we tackle that, we've been going for over an hour, so I think it's time for a break. Let me just find a nice rock and we'll sit down for a minute. Alright, I had a very nice extended break, like a 20-minute break on that rock down there. I'm feeling pretty much ready to continue. Hat has come out just to protect the head a bit. Also, I just did have to spray myself in smidge, which is pretty good against midges, because yeah, the wind has just dropped again, so they've come back out. But yeah, it's not too bad yet. But yeah, we've got a couple of people that have just gone past me. They're headed up the chute here as well. So yeah, let's get going. So yeah, this last section up here is definitely the hardest part. We are nearly at the top, it's not far now, but yeah, we've just come up a bit of a steep slope. So first you do have to get up kind of between two slabs of rock, which you know, absolutely doable, but you are probably going to use your hands for it. A little bit easy scramble. But yeah, there are a lot of loose rocks around. So if you have people above you or people below you, make sure you're careful about falling rocks. And the same kind of once you get above the slab. I say it's all of like a scree slope up here. Just gonna take some time and yeah, try to not push too many rocks off behind you. But yeah, just get over the top of the last bit there and then we should be there. Wow, this is absolutely stunning up here. Just have a look at all of this around here. You're kind of in the Cuillin Mountains, beautiful loch, and yeah, just amazing scenery and definitely worth the hike up here. This is really an absolute wonderful spot up here. I can't get over it. But yeah, this is the end of the line for me today. So we are turning around here, but there are actual people heading further up. So we did see some people going up that scree chute, which looks pretty insane to me, but you go for it. But yeah, I've had a nice little break up here. I had my feet in the water for a little while, and now it's just time for me to make my way back down. The first bit will be straight back down where we came up, and then we'll turn off down a separate path. But yeah, the first bit is definitely going to be very slow going. As I said, it's all kind of a scree slope that is bad on the way up and much worse on the way down. But yeah, we'll get there, and I'm feeling pretty good. So it's about 4k to get up here, about 550 meters up, so it's not like a huge hike. It did take me roughly about 2 hours to get up here. I did take my time, and you know, we do have 2 proper breaks on the way up. But yeah, now with this view, let's head back down. Oh, you've literally got to be so careful down this bit. The ground is literally just trying to slide away from underneath your foot at all times. And yeah, it's just a kind of, I find when the scree is this bad, just kind of a slow sideways shuffle tends to be the easiest. But yeah, definitely not quick, but less chance of landing on your ass. Made it down the first bit. got the second bit to go, and then down there got where it was a little bit of a scrambly bit on the way up. We are going to see it might make more sense to go slightly further around a different way, but I'll assess when we get down there. So yeah, I did decide to go straight back up the center there, and it's really not that bad. I think the first time you do something, it often makes it seem worse, but yeah, it was fine. It's just you've got to be comfortable using your hands, because yeah, it is a light scramble, and yeah, but with taking your time, absolutely fine. But yeah, just be wary of loose rocks if you've got people around you, and be careful with that. But yeah, we're got a little bit more of a scree slope to get down, but we'll be back on a actual path soon. But yeah, this it does seem like quite a popular walk. Not surprised, it is beautiful. But yeah, it's definitely not crowded. You do have a fair few people around you, but I guess especially for that scrambly bit and all the scree at the top, I guess just in case you do, you know, slip and hurt yourself. It's especially for someone like me that tends to hike on my own, and I mean, I do take precautions, but it's always good having people around you that could help out, you know, if there are any issues. But yeah, don't know if you can see that on the video, if I just keep sliding around if we're still on scree. It's not steep anymore, so I'm not paying as much attention, but yeah, it's definitely a slidey trail. But yeah, we're well on our way down now. We're coming up to the cairns soon, so we'll be turning off this trail and heading to the right, and we'll get some different views. Here we are. So we came up this path, and now we're gonna go down on this one. We're back on some scree. I've so far managed not to fall over, nearly fallen over about 15 times maybe, but I keep my fingers crossed to continue my good luck at being able to catch all my slips. But my legs are getting tired, but yeah, it looks to be flattening out a bit for a while just down there. Walking along this flat part now actually feels really nice. It's just really feels good to be able to kind of take some longer strides and basically stretch legs a little bit, because always, you know, coming down the scree slope like that, your leg muscles are just tend to be pretty tight, and you're so careful and conscious of every step you take. It's quite nice here on a flat bit. You can just open up the stride a little bit and just walk. So we're quite far down already now, so it's not too far until we'll be back down on the road, but the vegetation suddenly has changed completely. We're right next to a gorge now that has a river down there, and you can suddenly see lots of trees and bushes, and just, yeah, lovely and green right now. But yeah, this is really nice coming down this way, just a bit different than the path up. And the other advantage of coming down this path is that you're walking past the Eas Mor Falls. Now, it pretty much hasn't rained in 3 weeks, so this waterfall is probably not as impressive today as it would be during kind of rainier times. But yeah, have a look at this. It still looks pretty good. So yeah, there we go. It really plunges down into quite a deep gorge, but we'll see. I'll try to come back here after it's rained a good bit, because yeah, it's more of a trickle at the moment than the proper big rush of water that normally comes down there. But yeah, all the streams and rivers really are very low of water at the moment, because yeah, we've had a very sunny, very dry May. Well, yeah, even I've had tourists mention like even the ferry pools, which are not far from here. They look very different at the moment to kind of how you see it on a lot of postcards and the pictures, and yeah, it's just because there's a quite little water coming down them at the moment. Still beautiful, but just not quite kind of the same image that a lot of people imagine when visiting. But yeah, we have very much here on the island enjoyed this dry, sunny weather. As I said, the rain's going to come soon enough, so we'll enjoy this while it lasts. And I guess just coming up ahead here is the proper viewpoint of the waterfall. So we've seen it quite well from there already, but yeah, here's a little grassy outcropping that, yeah, definitely is the best view spot for this waterfall. And we're back down in all the gorse. Got it all around us here, and you can smell it quite good today. It's just such a lovely smell. Right, made it back down to the road, and we're basically just gonna walk back along the road towards the campsite to where I parked my car. I'd say maybe half a mile. So not really far, but it's got to be nice and quick walking, because obviously we're on a road now, and it's much easier to walk on this than what we had up in the hills all day. So yeah, should be back at the car pretty soon. And here we are, back at the cars. Right, so I just got to the car, but I've actually already driven up the road for a few minutes. There's not much parking down there, and there was basically she was very nice asking, but as soon as I got to the car, a car pulled up and asked me if I was leaving, and I said yeah, I'll be going in a few minutes, if she could have the spot. So yeah, I basically just changed shoes really quickly and headed straight off instead of doing my usual kind of debrief straight away. But yeah, finished the walk. It's just past 12 o'clock, so it did take me about 4 hours, and yeah, really lovely. Definitely not the easiest hike. So as I said, you do have quite a lot of kind of loose rocks, scree slope, and then yeah, the top bit does get quite steep. But yeah, really, really nice. And that little loch at the top, definitely a nice reward. Now, as said, you've got the campsite down here with a beach. And also there is a cafe that I've heard is pretty good. But I'm just going to head straight back home because I do have to get some stuff to get done. And also the drive back is definitely going to take longer than the drive here. Nice about getting here early in the morning. So I set off at 7, got here like 7:45. So it only took me 45 minutes because there was like no traffic. But now on the way back, I know there is going to be a lot more cars. Because also the road down to Glenbrittle here, it goes past the ferry pools. And you know, that's a very busy kind of tourist destination, and the last 8 miles or so, it's all a single track road, so you just know it's going to take a while. But yeah, I'm gonna drive back, and I'll probably speak to you once I get home. Right, I am back home, and this has been a wonderful little excursion this morning. Drive back wasn't that bad. I was definitely remembering that road down to the ferry pool a lot worse, but I'm pretty sure they have done a good bit of work on there. I know it definitely has been re-tarmacked, like a large portion of it, and also it looks like they've kind of lengthened a lot of the passing places. So instead of just fitting 1 or 2 cars, you can now often fit 4 or 5 cars or multiple caravans into the passing places, which of course makes getting through a lot easier. But yeah, so it took me about 45 minutes to get down to Glenbrittle this morning. It took me closest to like 55 minutes to get back home. So yeah, overall really not too bad. But yeah, I'm ready for a shower and some food. And then, like I've said earlier, I do have a couple of chores to do today. Because yeah, I only have the 1 day off this week. It is getting busier, so there is overtime available, and I'm not going to do it every week, but every now and then I'll do the extra day, just for a little bit of extra cash, which I'll certainly be able to use during my off months in the winter. But yeah, this was wonderful today. As I said, it's I have been finding it like not super hard, but quite tiring. Basically just getting used to working full time again. Because even though I was in a steady job in Inverness, I was usually only doing 4 days a week, whereas I am doing here a steady 5 days a week. And as I said, occasionally, like today, like this week, doing 6 days. So yeah, I'm just a lot more tired on my days off. I'm trying to get, to do stuff. I do want to explore this island. But like last week, on one of my days off, I just did that little walk around Dunvegan, because yeah, I didn't really feel like kind of going far and doing anything else more than that. But yeah, I'll hopefully be able to balance it in somewhat this summer, kind of prioritizing doing some resting on my days off, but also still to get out there and explore this beautiful island. Especially that the weather has been absolutely amazing. But now for my days off next week, which at this point the forecast could very well still change, but right now it does look like it's going to rain during my next days off, which actually I don't really mind, because at least when it's rainy, I'll feel quite happy about, just chilling out and resting. Whereas as at these last couple of weeks, every day off, you kind of feel like you've got to do stuff because the weather's so nice. But yeah, we'll just see how that all goes throughout the summer. But for now, it's getting hot in this car. As soon as the engines turn off and the aircon's off, that sun is so strong, right now it heats up very quickly. So like I've said, I'm gonna head inside, have a shower, have some food, and then get my stuff done for the afternoon. And yeah, and then probably also just sit out the back and enjoy some more sun, but probably closer to the evening. I don't think I'll want to put sun cream back on after my shower, so I'll stay out of the sun for kind of the main early afternoon hours. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling on now. I hope you enjoyed our little hike today. It's one, as I said, if you're confident on a bit more uneven ground, it's one I can definitely recommend. It's absolutely lovely. Also, as I said, it's like realistically, it's like you only need a half day. It's not like a full-on big day. So yeah, check out Glenbrittle. It's great. But I'm gonna sign off here. I wish you a lovely rest of the day or evening or whatever time you're watching this video, and I'll see you for the next one.